Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for the segment, we have Fausto Pugliese, President of Cyber Trading University, to discuss how to use BookViewer, powered by Nasdaq TotalView, to trade any type of market. Fausto, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
It's always nice to be back, Jill. How are you?
Good, doing well, thank you. And one thing I love about your strategy here is it's almost like you could be company agnostic because you're really just looking at the size of the orders. In fact, for the first slide we're going to take a look at, where you're looking at big block orders, the ticker is INAB. Quite honestly, I've never heard of that ticker or company, but you're just really concerned about the size. So what are we looking at here?
Exactly. It's all about the size, Jill. And right here, you could see I have like 3 screenshots. And what's important about here, I want to point out, is that if you look at the time right here at 10:13, and then you can see how the time keeps on changing here all the way to 10:14, how the stock went from 288 to 297 to 302. The goal here is I want to show you exactly what we got here. We got the buyers right here, and on the Nasdaq BookViewer, right here around 285, you got a 48,000 share buyer. Now, the goal that everyone has to understand, what's amazing about the BookViewer is it tells you where the orders are, and you get to see where the orders and how they keep building up. And as time went on, you could see how it kept dropping, but the price went higher because people started noticing, well, there's a big buyer out there. It kept going up. And you could see how the stock, how it kept going down, 10,000 shares, and now we're all the way up to $3.21 in a matter just in a couple of minutes, all because it all started from that big buyer, Jill.
And let's take a look at your next couple slides here with Wayfair, a stock I know very well, a ticker symbol I know very well, a company that I've contributed to the bottom line with over a number of years with them already. But here we're trying to establish where support is.
Well, listen, Wayfair had a great run up with the whole COVID thing. I mean, I think the stock was up in the hundreds, and and I probably thank you for their contribution. But at the end of the day, we're traders, so we're looking at it as an opportunity to make money. And you could see how the stock literally took a very big hit over the course of the day. Now, the goal is this: is when people look at charts, it's all about knowing, is it going to continue to go low or whatever it is. And you can see how the stock started right around 10 o'clock. It was around the price around 36.50, and it worked all the way down to around 32. Now, that's a pretty substantial drop, Jill. But when you go to the next slide, the goal is this: when is it going to stop? When's the bleeding? Because the goal is, I don't like to teach people how to make money. I like to teach them how to stop losing it. And losing it is knowing where to get in and where to get out. And when you look over here on the Nasdaq BookViewer, the goal is, okay, where are the other buyers? Because I'm just out in the open. I mean, like, what is everybody else doing? Right there, Jill, you could see that there is somebody looking to buy 105,000 shares at $31.10. Now, when you look over there, listen, there's buyers at all different prices. 11 shares, 100 shares. That is a substantial buyer. So what do you think in theory how things work? Supply and demand. And there's a very big demand. And when we go to the next slide, Jill, look what ended up happening to the stock on the chart. It came to that price and it hit that bottom and went right back to the 33, which would have been a really nice winner over the course of the day. And not only that, but you could do it as a swing trade also. But it's all about following the orders.
Yeah, and I think it's so key what you wrote in that chart just before this one, the fact that a regular chart does not show you this. You're only going to be able to get this kind of information within BookViewer. I want to move along to your next one, Digital World Acquisition Corp, of course, DWAC, right, associated with former President Donald Trump. And with the midterm elections this week, there certainly was some movement there. And in this particular circumstance, you're trying to see where resistance is. This has had somewhat of a run up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody wants to know, how do you trade the midterms? I mean, like, these are the great opportunities that we have. I mean, we saw what happened just the other day regarding about, inflation numbers came down. So there's great opportunities there. But this stock specifically, President Trump came out and said he was going to make a big announcement. And that, listen, if you love Trump, hate Trump, it has nothing to do with it as being a trader. It made the stock move. That's all that matters, especially him having an interest, I think, owning the stock. And the stock, you could see how it started right around 9:40 this morning, around $25. It ran all the way to 27. Now the question is, okay, well, we're all looking to take profits. Where is the sellers are going to show up? Now we go look on the Nasdaq BookViewer, and what you have to understand, it's like having a seat on the exchange. You're seeing your orders out there. You're looking at the Nasdaq. You're like, oh wow, there's a 70,000 share seller out there. And we look on the right of that, there's about 11 orders that make up that order around $24. And sure enough, this is what I want to show you. Resistance levels get broken all the time. So as much as you would think that that's a resistance, yes, it is. But in this situation, Jill, it changed. it not only went past 24, it ran to 26 because that seller got done. And the way you know that is other things we're going to show a little bit next, which is time in sales, seeing if orders get executed, because everybody wants to know, how do these break support and resistance levels? I looked at all my indicators, this and that. Well, if that seller is getting done, that's a positive sign for going higher.
Right. And this is, I'm super excited about this next part here, Fausto, because for the first time ever, after 5 years of you and I doing this on Trade Talks, we're actually going to see on your platform, right, what this looks like live.
Yes. So I want to go out there. I'm going to show you what a live order is because it's not only you get to see the data, Jill, you could actually place those orders out there. And that's what makes what's called direct access so exciting. That's direct access. The definition of that means you have instant access to the market. So what we got right here is we got on the left-hand side, you can see we got the Nasdaq BookViewer live. And on the right, we have a direct access platform. And, and it's basically showing you time and sales and orders and stuff like that. Now, I want to kind of show a slow moving stock because I can go to a fast moving stock like Tesla. And I'll just bring this up, Tesla. And you could see it. It's when you look at level 2 here on the bottom right, you can see it's blinking pretty quickly. So it'd be very difficult to see those orders out there. So I want to kind of show you on a slow moving stock so you could see what those orders look like. So I want to go to the stock right here, the first one, and it's called UCL. It doesn't matter what it is. I want to show you what it's like to have a seat on the exchange. So right here, I'm routing it right to the Nasdaq. And I highlighted Nasdaq on the bottom where it says level 2. You'll see it right here. Let me just draw a line so everybody can see where I'm pointing at. Right around here on the bottom. There's Nasdaq. And that person right there is this person right here. Okay. He's looking to buy 100 shares, and that's one order. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there. I'm going to outbid him. Okay. I'm going to go out there and make an order out there. So I'm going to click over here. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to pay $1.85. Okay. I'm going to buy 100 shares. I'm going to click the buy. Okay. Now you'll notice, look what happened in the bottom right. You see that right there, 185. If you look over it on the left, there's me. And not only that, it looks like someone else joined me for 100 shares. So you've just seen how quickly you could place bids and outbid people in the market. And if I wanted to cancel my order, boom, cancel. Look at that, Fausto's gone. The other person's out there. Oh, it looks like somebody just went out there, Jill, for 12,000 shares. You could see it right there on Nasdaq BookViewer, which is really, really, really interesting. So you could see how you could trade and have a seat on the exchange. Let me do one more, and I want to show you a different stock. I'm going to go out here. This looks like a pretty good, interesting stock right here. AGBA, right? Once again, doesn't matter what the stock is doing. I just want to show you what a live order is. Now, you could see Nasdaq on level 2. There's a buyer right now at 744. Now that person right there, just want to point it out, that's him right here. That's Nasdaq BookViewer, and this is level 2. You can see him right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Nasdaq, and I'm going to bid it higher. So let me just clear this out and show you what's going to happen. I'm going to click over here. I'm going to buy 100 shares. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to pay. I'm going to put a limit order at $7.57. All right. I'm going to outbid. I'm going to be the highest bidder in the market. I'm going to click the buy button. Right now, look what happened. Boom. There's Fausto Pugliese. And not only that, but look over there on the Nasdaq BookViewer. There I am, 1 share, 100 shares. Oops. And you could see how other people are outbidding me right now. Maybe somebody's watching me, maybe not. Well, looks like that person left. And if I want to cancel, boom, just like that, Jill, I just left. That's the power of direct access, and that's the power of using BookViewer, and that's why you got to use them simultaneously.
Yeah. All right. Great stuff, Fausto. Appreciate it as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.